There's a new popular cultural wave taking off, reshaping what buyers expect from brands.
And two legendary companies just showed what happened when one ignored it and the other leaned in.
For retail or B2B marketers, the lesson is the same.
Stay with us as we reveal what might be the ultimate conversion engine.
Welcome to Trevera's AI Deep Dive podcast, hosted by Chip and Nova, our AI co-hosts. Together, they transform top marketing insights from our blogs, articles, and events into actionable strategies you can use. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
Welcome to this episode of the Trevera Deep Dive podcast. I'm Chip.
I'm Nova, and we're both super excited to dig into today's topic.
We are taking a deep dive into a really compelling piece. It's titled Comfort Marketing: Why Nostalgia is the New Conversion Engine.
And this article, penned by our founder, Tom Snyder, it really draws on decades of his experience in the digital marketing world. So that grounds its arguments in, practical reality, not just theory. We'll be pulling out the essence of his thinking for you today.
Absolutely, Nova. So let's set this up by listening to a feature this week from Good Morning America.
All right, Gio, you might remember when we once talked about the coastal grandma aesthetic, but gone are the days of Diane Keaton and Something's Gotta Give, and now it's all about how to slay the crochet, keep couch patterns rosy, and lean into all things grandma-level cozy.
Searches for grandma drip up over 1,000% on TikTok this week, as fall ushers in a craving for all things cozy. In fact, Better Homes and Gardens calls this the year of the crafty grandma aesthetic. TikTok's Grandma Cottage, an account run by Madison Vaughn, who's in her early 30s, is leading the charge of millennials leaning into the antique-y aesthetic.
Cost of living is going up, and there's a beautiful element of the grandma aesthetic that allows you to really find cost-effective ways to fill your home with beautiful things. Men can get in on this. Get vintage golf clubs or tennis rackets, whatever is kind of your passion.
For some, it's more than just an aesthetic.
I am a grandma through and through.
Gabby Fuchs is a 28-year-old whose friend group has unleashed their inner grandmas, taking up knitting, needlepointing, and launching a book club.
It's a way to meet new people, to deepen your relationships.
Just the way the OGs did it.
The grandma vibe is a step away from technology and towards connecting in real life.
Yes.
As for the design aesthetic, it's all about sharing the things you've made and the things you love, like collections or family heirlooms, so cozy just in time for fall.
The grandma aesthetic. Definitely a thing. But what does it have to do with marketers trying to reinforce their brands?
Tom, as a grandpa himself points out, he doesn't see this as a fleeting trend. He actually sees it as a profound cultural signal.
In a world that often feels like it's spinning way too fast, people are genuinely craving comfort, safety, and a deep sense of familiarity.
A yearning for something steady.
Right. It's a yearning for something steady.
And that's what makes it so intriguing, isn't it, Nova? You have 20-somethings, these digital natives, embracing a style that evokes a warm Sunday dinner at grandma's house, rather than the sleek, often impersonal branding that dominates so much digital stuff.
Yeah, it feels different.
It clearly points to a deeper human need, doesn't it? Something beyond just aesthetics.
It absolutely does, Chip. Tom's insight here suggests it's a direct response to a fundamental desire for steadiness and maybe a sense of calm in what often feels like a really chaotic and uncertain world. That yearning for the familiar is a powerful underlying force.
That brands are now tapping into.
Yeah, exactly. That brands are tapping into.
Okay, now, in his article, Tom Snyder doesn't just talk about what works. He also shares a really telling cautionary tale. Let's pivot for a moment to Cracker Barrel, a brand many of us associate with that very sense of comfort and nostalgia, right?
Indeed, Chip. His article refers to the recent controversy surrounding their rebrand, where their new CEO, in an attempt to reverse sagging sales, thought that it needed a hipper logo and a more contemporary decorating style for some of its stores.
The public outcry was deafening.
It was, but experts like Tom weren't surprised. He notes that the result wasn't really a revitalized brand. It actually alienated their loyal customer base and, maybe even worse, it just confused everyone else.
And what the article really emphasizes here, Nova, and I think this is key, is that the logo itself wasn't the root of the problem. Tom argues the real issue was that, declining food quality and service had already broken their brand promise.
Right. The experience wasn't matching the old feeling anymore.
Exactly. And a brand promise, for clarity for everyone listening, is essentially that implicit guarantee a company makes about the experience you can expect. A new logo, no matter how hip, It just couldn't fix those fundamental issues customers were already feeling.
Precisely, Chip. So the key takeaway from Tom's article here is that the real mistake was trying to force customers to accept a new brand identity instead of putting effort into, restoring or strengthening the one their customers had previously trusted.
It really highlights the immense power of comfort and trust, especially when a brand tries to evolve.
It does. And Chip, this connects to something Tom has observed throughout his, 30 years in disruption. He recalls examples.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, like back in 1997, Tom mentions this web agency salesman who would, famously toss a client's paper catalog in the trash.
Wow.
Proclaiming that with a website, they'd never need to print another one.
Wow. That's a pretty bold claim, even today.
Right. Imagine what it felt like back then. And then again in 2009, when social media exploded, Tom notes that many agencies were super quick to proclaim websites were dead.
Oh, yeah, I remember that phase too.
Their solution was often to abandon these carefully designed, brand-reinforcing user experiences and just replace them with, generic social media pages, which, as Tom points out, just reinforced Facebook's brand while destroying their own.
It's a recurring theme, isn't it? This sort of out with the old, in with the new mentality.
Mm.
But the article makes it clear that there's a different approach. The winners, Tom argues, aren't the ones who just abandon everything that came before. Yeah. Instead, they're the ones who brilliantly carry forward what customers already value and then layer new, powerful tools on top of that established foundation.
Exactly. Your brand, as Tom so clearly puts it, it isn't just your logo, it's the promise of an experience. And if you break that promise,
you lose years of brand reputation and recognition.
And customers, past, present, and potentially future. That's precisely why these comfort cues are so vital, Chip. The grandma aesthetic, while it might seem like just a lifestyle thing, it's actually a powerful reminder. Customers don't just buy products or services. They buy trust. They buy comfort.
And they buy stories that make change feel less scary, less intimidating.
Yes. And this isn't just a lesson for retail either. Tom emphasizes this applies directly to B2B as well.
Exactly, Nova. Tom clarifies this perfectly. He says it's not really business to business. It's business person to business person.
Mm.
Your buyer might be a plant manager or a procurement officer or an engineer, but at the end of the day, they are still a person. They're making high-pressure decisions, and they crave the same clarity, confidence, and familiarity that every customer does.
Absolutely. And this exact dynamic, Tom explains in the article, is playing out again right now with the whole conversation around AI.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, some are rushing in, right? Pitching AI as a total replacement for people, as if a tool could somehow just swap out the trust and the deep relationships that people depend on.
Right, that human connection.
Exactly. But Tom's perspective, based on, decades of experience, suggests embracing AI as an add-on. Use it to improve what we do, to make us more efficient, more effective, but always in a way that doesn't break that brand promise or diminish the human involvement that builds and preserves those crucial client relationships.
That makes a lot of sense. So what does all this actually mean for our listener? And specifically, their brand?
Well, we're about to dive into 5 incredibly actionable marketing lessons straight from Tom's blog. And then we'll share a brilliant case study of a brand that absolutely gets it.
Okay, definitely stick with us. You won't want to miss these takeaways.
Hi, I'm Webster, Trevera's AI assistant, here to help your business thrive in today's fast-changing digital marketing world. Since 1996, Trevera has partnered with southeastern Wisconsin's strongest brands, delivering digital marketing that drives measurable results. Now, we're leading the way with next-generation AI solutions, branded podcasts, fully trained AI agents, predictive analytics, automated content creation, and optimization tools that work like your digital dream team, engaging audiences, capturing leads, optimizing campaigns, and delivering round-the-clock support. From SEO-optimized websites and ROI-driven campaigns to custom AI tools built for real business impact, Trevera is the partner you can trust to help you own what's next. Visit Trevera.com today and make the rest of 2025 your smartest, most successful year yet. Trevera, where 3 decades of expertise meet AI innovation to deliver digital marketing that converts.
Welcome back to Trevera's AI Deep Dive. Now back to our conversation with Chip and Nova.
All right, welcome back. Chip, Let's get into Tom Snyder's 5 crucial marketing lessons. These can truly transform how you, our listeners, think about your strategy.
Sounds good, Nova. These are really practical insights directly from Tom's piece. Let's unpack them.
Okay, first up, lesson number 1. Emotional relevance builds trust faster. Tom highlights how nostalgia, that feeling of the familiar, signals safety, belonging, and credibility.
Right, it's like a shortcut to trust.
Exactly. So whether you're in B2B or retail, weaving your heritage and history into your messaging can significantly shorten that trust curve with potential customers, and ultimately it helps close deals more effectively.
That's a really powerful point. Okay, lesson number 2, simplicity cuts through noise. This really resonates with that grandma aesthetic we talked about, doesn't it, Nova?
It totally does. That aesthetic thrives precisely because it's uncluttered, it's straightforward. Tom advises brands to strip down everything, navigation, creative messaging, just make it easier for customers to focus and, crucially, to act. Less is more, basically.
Makes sense. Remove the friction. Okay, what's next?
Lesson number 3, storytelling beats specs. Tom points out that those TikTok knitters often get way more traction and engagement than some dry product spec sheet ever will.
Oh, absolutely. You connect with the person, the story.
Right. Because stories connect on a human level. So for B2B companies, Tom says this means powerful customer success stories. For retail, it's about crafting those lifestyle narratives that make people feel something rather than just listing features.
That's a great distinction. Feeling over features.
Yeah.
Got it. Moving on to lesson number 4. Nostalgia drives conversions. This is key for the bottom line, right?
Definitely. Tom suggests that safe, familiar cues make people inherently more likely to act, to convert. He notes that using things like seasonal callbacks or heritage imagery, or maybe familiar cultural references, can be incredibly effective at turning browsers into loyal buyers.
So tapping into those shared memories or feelings can actually prompt action.
Precisely. And finally, Chip, lesson number 5. Counter-trend positioning differentiates. This one's interesting. In a world where it feels like everyone else is shouting, constantly trying to be the loudest or the flashiest.
Yeah, it's noisy out there.
It is. Tom notes that slowing down, using a more human-centric, maybe even calmer voice, makes you stand out dramatically. That balance of calm and clarity, he says, is what ultimately makes your brand memorable.
So zigging when everyone else zags, but with a focus on clarity and humanity.
I like that. So we've covered these 5 powerful lessons from Tom's article. Now, let's bring it home. What does this actually mean for our listener, the person maybe directing their company's marketing efforts? Tom's really clear. This isn't about just chasing TikTok trends or, suddenly creating crocheted proposals.
Yeah, exactly. Tom says it's about spotting the deeper signal. Your customers are craving clarity, trust, and comfort. And importantly, they crave these things even when you're introducing them to something brand new, something innovative.
So it's not about avoiding the new. It's about how you introduce it.
Precisely. It's about making the new feel familiar and safe,
while not replacing the familiar with something totally alienating.
Okay, so in a retail context, for example, this could mean using those nostalgic callbacks we talked about, but in a way that genuinely resonates. Maybe winning over buyers who feel abandoned by longtime brands.
By showing them you keep your promises, that you're reliable.
Exactly. You become the trusted choice.
And in the B2B space, as Tom suggests, it could mean designing campaigns that really expertly highlight your company's rich heritage and proven reliability while simultaneously showcasing innovation.
But innovation that amplifies what you've always been known for, rather than totally replacing it.
Yes, it's evolution, not revolution, framed in comfort.
Okay, this is making sense. And Tom gives a fantastic, really tangible example in the article of a brand that truly understands and embodies this comfort marketing idea. Trivera client, George Webb Restaurants, here in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, the burger prediction.
Exactly. With their legendary 12 brewer wins in a row, free burgers promise.
This is such a perfect illustration, Chip. As Tom explains, nostalgia is Webb's brand. That promotion isn't just some gimmick or a short-term marketing trick. It's a logical, authentic extension of the story they've always told.
It's baked into their identity.
Completely. This tradition lives deep in the city's consciousness. It just bubbles up with excitement every single time the Brewers start a winning streak. It's just, part of the local fabric.
And Tom even mentions how Trivera actually worked behind the scenes for George Webb's, making sure their digital presence could fuel, and then their website was able to handle the literally millions of hits when the Brewers got close to those 12 wins.
Wow, that's pressure.
Right. But it's about maintaining that authentic, nostalgic, comforting vibe, even when the demand for information surges online. That's what truly turns a decades-old promise into a powerful, modern conversion engine.
That's a great example of bridging the old promise with new technology seamlessly. So, Chip, the ultimate takeaway from Tom's article, as he puts it so eloquently, is that comfort marketing doesn't actually resist change.
No, it makes change feel like grandma's house.
Yeah.
Comfortable, safe, welcoming.
Exactly.
And the core message here is truly universals, isn't it, Nova? I mean, whether you're selling hamburgers like George Webb's or industrial coatings or even giant rock-crushing equipment, the lesson is essentially the same.
It really is. Lead with trust.
Reinforce your message with absolute clarity.
And deliver an experience that feels steady and reliable, even as the times and the tools around us keep evolving.
Do that and your brand doesn't just get noticed.
It gets chosen.
It gets chosen. That's the goal.
And the kinds of insights explored in Tom's article, well, that's what he and the team at Trevera have built their expertise on since 1996. Helping businesses reinforce their brands by intelligently using digital and web technology as powerful tactics.
So if these timeless principles resonate with you, our listener, and you're ready to explore how they can truly elevate your brand and, frankly, differentiate you in today's market, we genuinely encourage you to connect with us.
Yeah, please do. You can find us and learn more at Trivera.com. We're always eager to discuss how these ideas can apply to your specific business challenges and goals.
Well, Nova, that wraps up another deep dive. This was a truly fantastic look at the undeniable power of comfort marketing. Really insightful.
It certainly was, Chip. It really underscores those timeless principles behind genuinely effective branding and how they translate into today's, fast-paced world.
Absolutely. So for you, our listener, here's a provocative thought to mull over as you go about your day. In this world of constant, sometimes dizzying change, what authentic comfort cues are your customers subconsciously craving right now? And maybe more importantly, how can your brand genuinely provide them in a way that truly builds lasting trust?
And with that, we wrap up today's episode of Trivera's Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And please make sure to download, subscribe, maybe share this deep dive with anyone you know who wants to cut through the noise and build a truly resilient and chosen brand.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Thanks for joining us on Trevera's AI Deep Dive with Chip and Nova. If you enjoyed this episode, you can find more and stay up to date with new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, or find them on our website and our social media channels. And don't forget to visit us at Trevera.com to learn how we can help take your marketing to the next level. Ready to talk? Reach out. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.